All right. We are back at it here in the 1807 Kriegsspiel. It is 1500 hours, June 7th, and I felt I had to talk. So let's have a look. Start up here in the north, where the good folks of Gorbachev 2 continue to make their long, slow way down here from all the way up here on the Niemen. So bless them always. We'll get them down there. We'll get them down there eventually. I have not moved them very much because I haven't had to, just because I know that there are no French nearby. I know where Lestock is supposed to be. He's positioning himself to guard Königsberg, but he's about to get an order from Benningsen to get himself down here. Why? Here's why. We have a gigantic fight at Bartenstein. Here's what's going on. On the right, it is only by the introduction by Barclay de Tolly of literally the best cavalry in the Russian army, Galitzyn's division, that they have stemmed this flood of Mortier's corps across the river. That would have been a grim shattering of the Russian left had they not stepped in. As it is, and you'll see this here with Essen, his morale is down to 4. So he's about to go. We'll talk about that in a second, because yes, he is indeed about to go. Here in the center at Bartenstein, these guys can't nudge each other one bit. It's been so back and forth. Those are Ney's guys. He's got 2 divisions in there against 1 division. The Russians have not committed the Platov Cossacks. They did join this fight. Yes, they did. They just joined this fight. So they are... No, I take it back. They have not. I lied. They have not joined. They are sitting there, which utterly baffles me. But that's okay. We'll talk about that later. I've told them, you've got these horses, and they've not committed them. So they're just watching Somov's guys get their faces punched in. They've been at it, as you can see here, for 6 hours. Now, the fortunate thing is, Ney's boys haven't been that committed either. So there's this strong back and forth. Ney has had this cavalry group guarding this flank. They would have made a significant difference here. Bernadotte is doing a great job. He has all but broken Doktorov, who is down to a morale of 6. He's got to go too. He just showed up. Now, the one thing I will say, he did not start in the attack at 0600 the way everybody else did, but getting to the battle late hasn't had much of an effect. We now have Lannes Corps arriving from the south. I've just informed Napoleon, Mortier, and Ney that they are here. Over here in the east, Marshal Murat, who did his little chevauchée. Think about this. If you've been following along the whole time, he made it all the way out to here to damage this bridge. He has now swung all the way back in a most gallant fashion. He has bumped into Marshal Bessieres' corps, which was marching up here from the south. He has now... I take it back. He came up... that's right. He came up this way. So he's come up here from the south. The rest of his corps is up here near Schippenbeil. They have seen this unit of cavalry guarding the crossing. That will be shipped back as information shortly to let him know, yep, they're sitting there, and you might want to do something about it. Meanwhile, Bessieres and Murat are getting ready to have a conversation. Most dutiful, most worthy, our guy, Massena, is making his long march down here. Remember, he started all the way down here in Warsaw. He has marched all the way here over the past several days, about to reach Novgorod. And so, yes, he's making his way there. This battle is just amazing. Our guy, Tolstoy, has moved, and again, remember, please, he started out here, went up to Lomza. He has now made his way all the way here, dragging with him the corps of Marshal Davout and the corps of Marshal Soult, who are finally... He's going to get punched off the map, is what's going to happen. But in the meanwhile, these 2 corps, and in fact this 3rd corps, are not available here. The problem is, can the Russians bring enough men to bear? The Russians have just issued an order to retreat to Eylau. They are going to move backwards, likely overnight. It'll be very interesting to see if the French pursue them. That will be the question. They'll be able to do some real hurt to them because the French do have this great Galitzin cavalry. It still has a morale of 18, but if that cavalry is broken, they've lost a real asset. So it's really kind of back and forth. I don't know who I favor right now, although obviously the French have an astonishing overabundance of units. These, however, are fresh Russian divisions, and they are very, very big. Talking 20,000 men there, 16,000 men there. This is not an easy task for the French by any stretch of the imagination. So, 1500, June 7th, 1807. We'll see what the next one brings us. Y'all take care out there, and we will see you